Good afternoon, students. I, Ms. Pooja Kalange, Assistant Professor, IISMR MCA, welcome you to this video lecture series on knowledge representation and AI. So let's see what is the agenda for today's lecture. Before we start with the artificial intelligence lecture, we need to see what are the prerequisites we require for studying this subject. So, first we need is the comfortable programming language basics for C and C++ and Java. We also require some knowledge of algorithmic concepts such as running time algorithm, what do you mean by NP hard and NP complete problems. Also, we need to be familiar with some terms of probability, also with some terms of mathematics. So please do not be scared that we have some what you can say more complex terms in mathematics. But yeah, we need some basic terms of mathematics. Also, along with this, we need to see whether we are having with computer science background well prepared undergraduates are certainly welcome. So first we start with what is artificial intelligence. So, you know that artificial intelligence is one of the most booming branch in the computer science, and it has got a lot of trends and lot of technologies which are coming up. So, popularly it's all about robots. So, what is robots and how they are being termed and how they are being making lot of things very simpler. So, popular conception which is driven by science fiction is that any machine or any type of device or any type of software which is able to imitate the behavior like a human, which is having both the intelligence and the processing capabilities. So we can say that robots are good at everything, but they don't have emotions, they don't have empathy, they don't have culture. So what we can say as AI is one of the branch in the computer science and intelligence where it provides with the facilities for making machines or making the softwares or making the devices programmed in such a way that they imitate the human behavior. So what is real AI? So real AI is basically a serious science. Okay, basically general purpose AI is a lot of robots, like human brains appear to have a lot of special and general functions, as I said. So we try to make the machine or we try to make the software in terms of more programmed with more procedures, functions and algorithms, so that they will be able to imitate the human behavior. So one of the examples of this is the chess, poker playing programs. Then we have the logistic planning programs. Then we have the automated translation programs, voice recognition, web search and data mining, medical diagnosis, automated automobiles, driverless cars. So these are some of the concepts of the real AI. So what do you think are the definitions of AI? So as I said that we know that systems can think like humans, systems can act like humans, also systems can think rationally and systems that will act rationally. So basically, as I told you the previous term, we are talking about that the whatever the machines, they should be able to imitate the human behavior. So they should be able to think in the way humans do, they must be able to act the way humans do, and they should be able to think that rational thinking for any problem. They must be able to adapt to the changes, and they must be able to be provided with a certain solution. And if they've encountered some new problem, they should be able to adapt with the new conditions and come up with the same solution when they encounter the same problem in future. So this is the basic thing of artificial intelligence. A system can think, act and behave rationally like humans. So we normally say that act rational approach. So this was a basic concept which came out about the Chinese room. Okay, so this was a person who knows English but does not know Chinese. He sits in the room. He receives notes in Chinese. Then he has a systematic English rule book of how to write new Chinese based characters for input Chinese character. He writes his notes. Okay, and then he has no understanding of whatever he's doing. But in that case, what happens is the CPU or the machine will be able to helping him understand that. Okay, so what is in the case that he doesn't know English but he knows Chinese, and he'll be using a rule book for writing this note. So obviously when he will be doing these things, he will be requiring lots of paper, he will not have understanding of what they mean. But what if we have a machine who is able to translate whatever he is saying in Chinese to English, so that he can have a new technology develop, which is now called as the natural language processing, or we talk about the sentiment analysis. So these are one of the emerging fields which come up in artificial intelligence. So surely these artificial intelligence can administer this type of problems. The next very important test is the Turing test. Okay, so the Turing test is basically it was a test which was taken, like there were three players act in the environment, where one was human and one was machine, and they were able to tell how the human is going to interact in such type of conditions. So here the both human and machine try to behave with the machine. They try to play a game, and then a person will be, or evaluator will be sitting, who will be judging that how the machine is interacting as compared to human. So this was a Turing test which was proposed by Alan Turing. You can find the videos which are related to Turing test on the website, or these are the websites which I have given you. So this was just about the basic introduction of artificial intelligence and what is the Turing test. More details about Turing test we will be talking in the next lecture. So thank you, students.